for me personally, the kind of stories I want to tell. My favorite books growing up were like dimes, like sundry novels, like Jim Thompson or Elmore Leonard, or these kind of crime novels, that were real pulpy, and you could kind of just bang out in a day or two. So for that kind of writing, I felt like it lent itself to film more than anywhere else. So
Yeah. So let's talk about the early part of your career. You did a short, Judas's Chariot, and then you did 2 feature films. Maybe talk about that. How did you get that short off the ground? How did you get it financed? How did you get it produced? And then ultimately, how did that dovetail into these first 2 feature films?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people ask, what should I do? I'm a writer. What should I do? And it's there's no excuse for not taking action. And for me, I had written the script for my first film, Let Me Make You a Martyr, and I couldn't get the money to make the movie. So at the time, we were like, well, what if we make a prequel to this? Let Me Make You a Martyr takes place in one day. So we thought, what happens, and it's this guy who comes back into town, and he's coming back to handle this business that he's got to do, this unfinished business. So we thought, what happens the day he left town, however many years before? Let's write a short about that. So it cost about, I think, 12 or 13 grand. Money, my partner on that helped put up. I got some money from friends. I mean, it was, we just kind of pulled together everything we had, and we made it. And, I remember the first night after shooting, we were looking at the footage, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, I can actually do this. Like, it looks like a movie. And until that point, I had no real experience for, narrative, and to see people saying the words I had written out loud and it not look like total was shocking to me and validating. So,
Yeah. And how did you have the courage? Did you have some sort of a background in production? Had you worked as a PA on your friend's student films? Did you have any sort of a background in production at all? How did you have the courage just to say, hey, I'm going to be the director of this project, the leader of this, and lead this, band of people through this?
No, I hadn't had any experience at all. But it's like most of my life, I don't really have any experience in anything I'm doing. But you just kind of throw yourself into it and figure it out. It's important to hire good people and surround yourself with good people and people who do know what they're doing, because they make you look like you do too.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts, or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.